Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. We're right off the bat on the old show today. McLaren is in the news. McLaren actually made it officially official, if that's such a word, as the brand new McLaren P1. That's a pretty track-focused, serious automobile to begin with. Is going to get an even more track-focused McLaren P1 is going to be in the offering over the next couple of years. Now, if you're really excited thinking, oh man, more P1s out there for everyone, well, don't get your hopes up too big. As apparently McLaren's only going to build a few of these models. Not very sure how many. They may be judging the actual public outcry over what it may be about this particular automobile. Public outcry? What the fuck am I talking about? I'll just start all over again. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, McLaren is in the news. Remember when we talked about the McLaren P1, which is pretty track focused to begin with, and there may be an even more track focused McLaren P1? Well, that been made official by McLaren. McLaren is going to have this particular model, a more hardcore version, coming very, very soon in the next couple of years. McLaren has made that official, but if you were getting really, really excited, there's going to be more P1s out there in the offering. It's not near as great as it could be, as McLaren is only going to build a handful of these vehicles, and they're going to offer them right off the bat to the folks who already own McLaren P1s. So if you own one, you should be really excited. If you don't own one, then apparently we're all going to have to wait to maybe get a glimpse of these on the old interwebs very, very soon. Going to be very exciting to see just what exactly is going to be in this particular automobile, especially the pricing. McLaren P1 was very expensive to begin with. Hate to think what this new lightweight supercar version is. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see what comes of this in the future. Next up on the list, remember when we talked about the Isle of Man TT course, the big motorcycle rally that actually takes place in the Isle of Man, where they have a over 37 mile long course. Extremely dangerous place. Very, very dangerous. In fact, as of the taping of this particular program, it's reached out and bit someone in a big, big way, as there has actually been a fatality again at the Isle of Man TT, as it happens a lot every year, as it is a very, very dangerous circuit. That being said, and our thoughts and prayers with the family of the fellow who has passed away, the interesting deal about this deal, as far as the four-wheel record that was actually set a couple of years ago by rally driver David Higgins in a Subaru WRX STI. And that record is 19 minutes and 56 seconds for covering the just over 37-mile course. Well, apparently Subaru won another crack at it, as we talked about in a earlier show, with the brand new STI Subaru WRX. And they crushed the record. I mean, by a pretty good chunk. 30 seconds quicker. This vehicle did it in 19 minutes and 26 seconds. Not hearing a whole lot of people actually driving this particular automobile, but I know that Subaru of Canada brought in many-time World Rally champion Tommy Mackinnon in to actually drive the automobile, and he had glowing things to say about this car, about how much better it was than the outgoing model, and apparently that's exactly the case. In fact, David Higgins said that there was a couple of spots on the course where he thought he could have even gone faster, including a place where he missed a braking spot and had to use the handbrake to get the car to rotate through the corners. So apparently the vehicle's got a lot left in the tank. Don't know if they're going to get actually another shot at the TT course itself. Now, if you're kind of like me, and this particular STI Subaru is a fairly attractive automobile, but not near as attractive as what we thought that Subaru concept piece that was shown off the New York Auto Show several years ago. Well, apparently we may be getting this concept vehicle after all, as there's now been a lot of talk that Subaru's actually in the works of building this particular concept piece. Is going to be coming out for a refresh or an actual total refresh in the year of 2016, which seems awfully short cycle because the brand new WRX that's out now has only been out since last year, the year of 2013. They're already only going to let this vehicle stand around until the year of 2016. Seems awfully short, but I tell you what, Subaru is one of those organizations that is light on their feet as far as making changes. Remember back in the day when the WRX got that new nose on it? It was very Alfa Romeo looking as far as that was concerned. With that big center weird looking grill thing that was actually taken from the B9 Tribeca, which was supposed to be the actual face of Subaru going forward. Well, the B9 Tribeca didn't sell very well, and then when it got onto the WRX, there was a lot of people that were awfully upset about it. Weirdly enough, that's become my favorite WRX throughout back in the past. Wasn't at the time, but I really do like the way it looks now. But that being said, Subaru apparently have been listening, even though they're making some weirdo excuses that we couldn't make this particular car at the time when we showed it off at the concept, and they kept going on and on. It just none of it made any sense to me. But apparently, it may come good. We may get this actual concept piece moving forward. It may be not exactly like this, but I'll tell you what, this car was pretty doggone close to production ready as it sat. So very exciting times if you're a Subaru fan moving forward. We'll wait and see if this actually comes to be or not. And last up on the list, let's talk a little bit of May sales for the U.S. market. The month that was, the month of May for 2014, was an astonishing month. Actually, moving forward, we actually had a pretty rough April, but moving into May, big numbers. 1.60 million units were actually sold in the U.S. market. That's year over year, and the improvement year over year was up 7.1%. Now, the most impressive thing is the SAAR, the Seasonal Annual Adjusted Rate, which back in the month of April, which was just a touch over 15 million units, it's now at 16.7, the highest it's been since 2006, which is a pretty impressive number to beat. I mean, it's going to be very interesting to see what goes on in the summer months in the U.S. market. Now, who were the big winners and the big not-so-winners? Well, the biggest winner, actually, remarkably enough, was a car we talked about in one of the last shows, Mitsubishi. Year over year, they are up 48.5%. Now, finishing up a podium finish was Audi and Mazda, right behind the particular Mitsubishi. Now, for the folks that didn't do as well, oddly enough, Tesla took it on the chin in the month of May, down 34.6%, and they were followed up by Volvo and Volkswagen, taking some pretty big hits in the month of May. All these numbers were actually put up by the folks over at Autoline.tv. Very interesting month of May. It'll be very interesting to see what June maybe have in store for us as far as the future is concerned. But boy, weird roller coaster month, even though we've had a very difficult winter in the U.S. market. It'll be very interesting to see if 2014 could finish extremely strong. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to the Facebook page, take a look at what we do there every day. I'll be more than happy. The link's down in the show notes. Also, you can subscribe to the channel and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. I thank you for watching. We'll see you again real soon.